Go there and see if I'm live. Could you guys hear me? What's up, Dougie? Could you hear me talking?
Yes.
Okay. I'm waiting for my guest. This is his first time using StreamYard, so we're going to see if he gets logged in. I don't see him backstage. I don't see him coming in, and I got him on text, so he's not telling me he's got any trouble. So if I would have known Trump was on, I probably wouldn't have scheduled this for 7 o'clock. So I'm watching that at the same time. Thanks, Jeff. So I sent Jeff and Doug pictures of Tony. He took his Bluesmobile and went down to the 95th Street Bridge. And then about a mile away is the church where they did the filming. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty neat. So I'm just waiting for my, well, he's a customer down here. He'll be my guest. I'm on, but it's a black screen, he says. So my guy's having problems. So excuse me here while I go take a look. I'm on, but a black screen. Do you see a enter studio button? I got to help him on. I'm not no pro at this either, but I can follow the directions. Should I download the app? No. Orange Whip. Dougie, you know the story behind that Orange Whip? I sent him the link. He's got it. I'm looking at it now, and the link is all good. Just he's having problems with it. There he is. I see him. Stan.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can hear you. Could you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, you're live on YouTube, so you got to watch your P's and Q's. You're live on YouTube. And shut off your computer so you don't get the back feed.
Okay, hang on. Let me turn it down.
Or at least just turn the volume down. You can look at it.
How's that?
Yeah, I think that'll work.
Okay. Well, we're ready. I have a friend here. He's going to do the camera work for me. Well, we can go over the parts that you want us to go over, and we'll go and take each assembly apart on the tool bench as we go. So,
Okay.
Tell me what you want me to do first.
Well, can I see you got the whole transmission apart, right?
Yeah, here's the
Look at that.
There's the torque converter.
Nice and clean.
There's the tail. These are all the small parts, the billet bushing, the bearings, snap rings. There's that's the small band or the reverse
band strut.
band. And then there's the, oh, hang on. And then there's the large band, the band strut and the adjuster. This is the shaft and the drum. And then this is the billet drum. There's the front pump and the pump housing. The CRT valve body and filter extension. The filter. And a pan full of really smelly, nasty fluid.
Hey Stan, could you try holding your camera sideways and see what it'll do?
That better?
No, because I thought maybe that you can hold it straight up and down.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's
So,
straight down.
yes, sir. Just to confirm, we had a no movement condition, correct?
Yeah, I was going down the street and the car was still cold. It wasn't even warmed up yet. And was accelerating coming up to a red light. I went through the red light and then I had to coast off the side of the road because I was trying to accelerate and it was just revving through the transmission. So that's pretty much what happened.
And just so everyone knows, that is my transmission that Stan bought for me. Was it 2015? You bought it there?
Yeah, 2015. Okay. It was purchased. I think it was like $2,700 and some odd change. And it had the billet drum and it had some upgrades.
Yeah, I can see all the parts there. Well, the first thing I want to do is have you take the inner pump gear off the pump and put it in the camera.
Okay.
I want to look at that inner pump gear.
Now I got my camera guy here.
Okay.
So here's the pump and the pump.
Yep, pull the inner gear out and put it in the camera. I want to look at the inside lugs.
Okay, the inside lugs look good. Little surface, but the lugs are sharp.
Well, the lugs are there, so so that means the pump was working.
Yeah, the pump was working.
Okay.
Yep.
Now put that back and bring up your input shaft and hub and the billet drum as an assembly.
Okay.
Now I want you to take the billet drum and set it off to the side. And then take that forward drum, or what's called the rear drum, and tip it upside down. And let's just move the clutches in and out so I can see how much clearance is there.
Almost an 1/8 inch.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and remove those clutches, fan those out, and let's see what they look like. What state are you in, Stan?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Okay.
Amish country, to be more precise.
Are you by Knoebels amusement park at all?
Maybe about an hour and a half. Yeah.
Lancaster.
I took my kids there in probably the year you bought that trans.
Yeah, 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so now you want me to remove the front?
Remove those clutches and fan them out. Let's see what they look like.
All right, I'm gonna try to pull the whole assembly out. And there's a lot of mud in there. All right, get this out. Okay, so there's one. There's nothing on them, pretty much.
Yeah, I see that.
There's nothing on them. Yeah.
I remember you telling me that Bellevue spring had no tension on it.
Yeah, that's now there's another snap ring in front of that I have to take out, I think.
Before you take that out, if you would put that drum in the camera view and hold it so the input shaft is on your workbench, and there's slightly lift the drum up so I can see how much play is between the piston and the Bellevue spring. Use both of your hands just to lift the drum up, just enough.
I'd say about 80 to 100 thousandths.
Okay.
I'm a tool maker, so I'm pretty good at estimating.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get a snap ring, and let's remove that snap ring. It's going to be a wavy snap ring and a spacer, so we can remove that Bellevue spring.
Your light went out.
Hang on 1 second, John.
Sure.
We got to turn. Our light went out. Okay, that's better. Okay. Let's get this out now. Can't get under the spring. There's something melted underneath the spring.
Yeah, the plastic spacer.
Yeah, so it's completely roached. Let me see if I can get under it.
We got a comment. Stan has film crew.
Yeah. I don't know where we're going to get under there. There it goes.
All right, we got a.
All right. All right, there you go. And this is what's left of what was
a plastic spacer.
Yes, and it's roached. Yeah, and then the Bellevue spring I'll pull out.
Remove the Bellevue spring out, and let's look at it sideways into the camera.
It still has some concave to it.
Yeah. It's hard to tell through the camera how much.
Can you see it?
Yeah. It looks a little flat to me.
Yeah, it is. I don't think it's fully extended, so it's probably burnt.
I would like to see that piston removed and see if the lip seals got torn, because that will tell the whole story.
Now, to remove that, just pull on it?
It should just pull out. And if it doesn't, it could be because the seals are ripped. You might need a pair of pliers.
Okay, I don't want to scratch it, but yeah.
You don't have to worry about scratching the little lugs on there.
Okay, it's out.
All right. Let's closely look at that outer lip seal. Does it look ripped?
The seal's gone.
Okay. Well, that tells a story of what happened. Okay, Stan?
Okay.
What happened was, and I'll explain what possibly could cause that later. But first,
there's the other piece of seal was laying inside the back of the basket.
Yes, sir. That explains why those clutches are burnt.
Okay.
What happened was that the piston pushed out so far that the lip seals popped out. And then when you put the car back in neutral, the piston went back in the bore and it ripped it on the way back in because it wasn't, installed with the feeler gauge.
Yeah.
Then when you drove it the next time, all that fluid was just leaking past that piston, causing those clutches to burn up. So your failure are those forward clutches.
Okay.
All right. Yep. Now, usually, when the Bellevue spring fails, it's usually from one or two things. And most likely it's due to a high pressure. Like the pressure was just too high. So now that we know the failure, you're going to have to get a Bellevue spring kit and some clutches. So if you want to take all that stuff and put it all in one little pile, and then we'll just take a quick gander at the billet drum to make sure that's okay. The clutch is inside that drum.
Okay.
Does anybody see UP in the room here yet? He's gonna hurt my. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to some people in the chat.
Okay, the next one. You want the snap ring out of this.
Yeah, we just want to take a look at the clutches, to see. See what they look like. So keep those in order now. Don't take them out of order.
Okay, so.
And let's look at one at a time.
Okay, so the very first clutch is black on one side and red on the other.
Okay.
So it kind of smells burnt. And then the steel doesn't look too bad. Oh no, the steel is completely warped. Look at that.
I see that. Yeah. That's because the leak was so big.
Now the next one doesn't look warped as bad, but this pack's toast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's toast. So
all right. Let's just to keep everything in order for you.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and put those clutches back in the billet drum. You're going to need a complete race kit.
Okay. Okay, we'll set that aside.
And could you grab the valve body stand while you're there and bring it up to your workbench?
All right. Can you see it?
And yes, sir. I want to look at the spring adjustment, which is right underneath the rooster comb. So your camera guy has got to get in kind of close for me.
Right here?
Yeah, do you see where that Allen screw is?
Yeah, on the outside, right?
Yeah,
here.
right there.
Yes.
I need to see the side of the spring so I can tell how far that adjustment is. Okay. Does that spring look green to you?
Yes. Green.
I can't tell.
It looks just regular black to me. The big spring, not the small spring, the big spring.
Yeah. Sometimes the heat from the transmission can cause that spring to discolor.
Yeah, it's just black.
Yeah. It's probably a green spring.
Okay, but there's no color on it.
Okay.
I don't see any. It looks just like a steel spring.
Right.
If you want us to turn the phone light on and see, but I mean, I'm pretty positive it's just a black spring.
Yeah.
It actually just looks like metal color. It's not really, doesn't look anodized or anything, but there doesn't see any indications of heat on the valve body.
No, you won't see that. Okay. What I would like to do for you in this instance here is you're going to have to give me a call and get some clutches for you there. If you would like, I can offer you something. Okay. Because there's one thing we got to check on that valve body.
Okay.
But to cause a high pressure, and it's going to be hard for me to see through the lens of the TV.
Well, tell me what you want to do. I'll do it. I'll take apart whatever you want me to take apart.
Do you have a screw gun?
Or
yeah. See all the screws on the top there?
Yep.
You need to take all those out.
Okay. Hang on a second.
All right.
Let me get a screw.
So, flat edge.
Right here. Get a flat. Get a zapper here.
Well, while he's taking apart this valve body, guys, um, does anybody have any questions for Dougie? Like what kind of potato he uses? Hey, Lars is in here.
Now, do you want the screw off that holds the angle bracket? Do you want that out too?
Yes, and you're going to see one on the side, and the one on the side just has to be loosened of that angled bracket. So that one there can come all the way out. Then that one on the side is just to be loosened.
My hands. Oh my gosh, I don't know how that was put in there. That one won't even break loose.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that won't come out. Oh, no.
You want me to help hold the valve body and you can get the impact on it better?
Oh, I got it. Boy, that was tight.
Okay.
That was John Cope tight.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so all the screws are loose. Remove all the screws.
Yep, and then that big top plate will come off.
Okay, and there won't be any springs or balls flying all over the place.
There'll be one large check ball.
Okay. All right. It's pretty crummy.
That's kind of normal for what you went through.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
definitely has to be cleaned before it's put back together.
Yeah, I can do all that. Yeah. Okay. So the check ball's there.
Okay. There is one hole that we drill into the side of the pressure regulator
Okay.
that has to be there. So
Can you point me in the direction of that?
I can, if you 180 the valve body. No, not upside down. Leave it on the bench.
Okay.
And turn it 180 around. Okay. Just leave it on the bench. See that big round hole where you're to the bottom left?
Yes. Here.
Put your finger on it. Okay,
Okay.
leave your finger there.
Okay.
Now just move one square to the right. Just go to the right like a half inch. That
Right.
one right there. There
Okay.
should be a hole drilled in that passage right next to where your left finger is. And it'll be from the side into there.
Yeah,
It'll
there
be
is. Yeah, there's a hole, and it looks like it's about maybe 40 thousandths.
Okay. Well, then the pressure is correct.
Okay.
What I'm going to have you, I mean, that didn't cause a high pressure deal. What I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you turn down the adjustment with an Allen wrench
Okay.
to flush, and then, but I want you to count the turns going out. So if you get an Allen wrench that fits that that head, if you would count how many turns it takes to go flush. Now, that is reverse thread.
That's
So
fine.
you're gonna go counterclockwise. No,
Okay.
no, I'm sorry. You're gonna go clockwise to make that plate go flush. Do you see the plate that's on the spring?
Yes.
That's what you're gonna adjust, but I want you to count how many turns it takes.
Okay. What size Allen is that? That's weird. Is that metric?
No, it's standard.
It is.
Is it eighth?
Well, that's weird because nothing fits it.
No, it's standard.
That's 3/16.
Okay.
Okay, so now you want me to go counterclockwise until
No, it's clockwise to
okay,
turn
so
it backwards, and
okay,
then watch it. It should be going back. Go taking the pressure off. But I want you to count how many turns it takes to go around.
okay. So I'm right where I am now. I'm going to go clockwise. And what will it do? Will it stop?
No, you'll see that plate put less and less pressure on that spring.
Okay.
It
And
should
how?
move. It should move outward towards the Allen wrench.
And you want me to go till it's flush with the back face?
I do, but I want you to count how many turns it takes so I know
Okay.
where it's at.
All right. There's half, half, one, half, two, half, three.
Do you see that plate moving out?
Yes.
Okay. Keep on going
Half,
till it's flush.
half, four, half. I think it's 4.5 right now, and it's pretty close to touching.
Yeah. Now I want you to just turn it in 1.5 turns. So now you're going to go counterclockwise, 1.5 turns.
Okay, that's half, one, and a half. And now
Right.
it looks like there's like not even an 1/8 inch behind
Yep.
the back of the.
For
And
you, because you've already had a high pressure problem, we're going to turn that down. Um,
now, do you think that that's why, like from day one, when we got this transmission installed, first and second hit real hard, but we could never feel it shift into third gear ever since it was
See,
put
I find that odd because most people call me back and complain that third shift's too hard.
in. Yeah, this thing never. It just did. It never. It was never like you could never feel high gear,
The
which
only
is
thing
weird.
I could possibly imagine is that the Bellevue spring reversed and it ripped that seal quickly, and then over
Okay.
time, more and more of that seal may have been ripped.
That's
You know,
probably
but
what.
I'm gonna offer you something
Okay.
that could be, if you would like, you can send that valve body to me, and I will freshen it for you for no charge.
Okay.
So
That's
I will check the valve body, flat sand it, clean it, polish the valves, make sure everything's good to go. And since there was a high pressure problem, I can even put it in the valve body dyno to make sure that it's not too high, so you don't have this problem again.
now because of the size of this motor being a 512, and it's it's built it's 12 6-to-1 compression. It's a 440 source motor and it runs. I mean, it's nasty. Um, do you think that going down on pressure could also be a negative thing? Um, I don't know. Is there a way? Can you space the clutches tighter, or I'm just got that's just a question.
Um, if see the problem is we don't know where the pressure was.
Okay.
So if you send that valve body to me, I'll probably turn it back to 3.5 turns and check the pressure in the
Okay.
dyno, and then turn it back so you still have high pressure, but your pressure is not too high.
Should this be close to 200?
No, I would like you to be 180, 175.
Okay. All right. Well, if that's what
Right?
it needs, that's what we'll do.
Yep.
And then the other thing is, I think that those red Alto clutches, I think, wouldn't this be better to go with the GPZ stuff?
It would, because a lot of the reds have been on back order since COVID. So, and that's why I switched to GPZ, and I've had really good luck with those clutches.
Yeah, I always thought that like we used those Altos in a different application, not on cars, but on pro stock motorcycles, and they never worked. We couldn't get them to work. They were so hard, they just slipped. Now, I don't know if that might be the same issue, but when we went to a Kevlar style, which looks just like the GPZ material, we never had a problem again.
Hmm.
So that might just
I've
be
been
something.
I've been using red clutches for a long, long time, and
uh,
really, for the most part, had good luck with them. However, I've had great luck with GPZs.
Yeah,
So
okay.
when you call the shop uh and get some clutches, they will be GPZs.
Okay, great. Um,
Hmm.
Now, is there anything else you'd like to look at on the parts that are on the ground?
Um, I saw the bands, and the bands look brand new.
Yeah, let me bring them up here. Yeah, these look like they just came out of the box. That's how good they look.
Yeah. Now
I mean,
that band, can I see the inside of that with a little light, maybe? Or there you go. Oh yeah, that looks good.
yeah. I mean, it looks brand new
Yep.
because, like I said, I only had a couple hundred miles on it.
Mhm.
Um, and then here's this one here, and this looks brand
Mhm.
new. There's not a scratch on these things.
Yeah.
So,
Stan, were you the one to do the disassembly on the trans?
yes, I did it here. Yeah.
Will you be the one to do the assembly?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think if you send me the valve body, I'll be more than happy to freshen up for you and put it in a dyno to make sure the pressure is at the 175 to 180.
Okay.
Then you can call the shop and get a Bellevue spring kit and a an overhaul kit.
Okay.
There's one thing I need to know while you're standing there
Yeah.
is the piston that had the ripped lip seals. The part number is either going to start with a 2-1 or a 212 or a 374. I need to know what that part number on that piston is.
This is a 2124832.
Okay. The Bellevue spring works with that
Four.
piston, so you don't have to get a piston.
Okay. The piston looks
So,
okay. So it doesn't look like there's any damage on the piston at all. Well, there is.
okay.
Well, there is, but it's.
Well, that's just where it touches the Bellevue spring.
Yeah, I can sand that or just kind of flatten that out with a stone, and then put a new seal inside.
Yeah, I wouldn't go too crazy with that. That's supposed to have some curvature to it.
Yeah, but there's some galling on the face.
If you want to use Scotch Brite,
Yeah. Okay.
that's all I would do, because that's where it touches the Bellevue spring.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I understand.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yep, that's where it touches the Bellevue spring.
And uh, point to the converter there. That converter that I had, um, this was the original converter that's on the floor, and then there's another converter here that was replaced. And when I replaced the transmission with a replacement tranny, both torque converters worked just as they did from day one, and there didn't seem to be any problem with the torque converters. And that's
Okay,
the
then you can just use the one that you want to use, as long as there's no problems. And if you look at the neck to make sure the neck is nice and smooth, that the bushing didn't leave no wear marks on the neck.
this is the one here. Bring that up here. Now, this is the one that I just purchased. And I mean, we just stuck this in, and both TCI transmissions spun the bushing in the pump because they weren't staked. And they used some cheap bushing with no oil dimples or nothing. So,
Was that the converter that was used on it?
yeah. And this is, and I can actually feel a little bit of wear on there, but it's not real bad. I could probably polish it. But this converter's not even 2 months old. It's brand new.
I would use Scotch Brite on that, okay?
Okay.
And that Scotch-Brite will clean that up.
Okay, now the other one, the other torque converter, when that bushing spun, it completely trashed the hub neck
Yeah.
on the converter. It's trashed.
And while you're bringing that up, could you bring the pump back up and let's just double check the pump bushing you have in that pump there?
Yeah, your pump bushing looks brand new.
Okay.
Show it to him right there. Can you see it?
Okay. All
It
right.
looks great. I mean, there's no uneven wear or anything.
And take off the pump gears and just double check my stake. Make sure it's staked.
Yeah, it's staked and it looks good.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, both stakes looked really good, and both TCI trannies that I have here on the floor both failed with less than 100 miles on either one of them. So I'm at like 10 grand in trannies, and my car's still not running. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah. But
yeah,
we know how
like I said, Stan, I'll be more than happy to go through that valve body for you to make sure it's all good, clean it up, flat sand it, polish it, and then get it back to you.
Okay. Well, then I'll call you this week, probably tomorrow or Tuesday.
Yeah, it would be best to call me Tuesday because tomorrow I have a terrible, terrible day. I don't even want to get out of bed. I have I have a guy coming from China to come look at the shop and talk about a product that we're working on.
Oh, I saw your new case.
So tomorrow's going to be a bad day. If you would give me a call Tuesday, please.
Okay, Tuesday.
And that would work much better for me.
Okay. All right, John. Well, I appreciate your help on this.
Sure. Well, you're very welcome.
I think what I'm going to have to do is get a complete kit for the tranny. I want to replace all the seals, and I might even replace the bushing just to be safe.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch it.
Okay. Okay.
Don't jinx it.
All right. Well, is that it then? Are we done?
For now, we're done. Send me that valve buddy out. If you would, please don't put it back together. Put it in a bag, as make sure it's zip tied closed.
Okay.
Now, 2015, I was at the old shop. So you got to check my website for the new address. I've been at the new location for 7 years.
Okay.
It's still in the same town. It's just a different location. Send me the valve body. I will, and I'll get that freshened up for you.
Okay.
And then, well, on Tuesday, we'll get you everything you need to put that together.
Okay, and we talked about possibly putting billet planetaries in it, but
and what do you have on there now, Stan? Just a stock Planet?
Yeah, I think they're what you put in it. I don't think they were billet; they were the stock planetaries. I'm pretty sure.
Well, if you grab the front one, I can tell you now while you're on camera.
Okay.
All we have to do is look at the front one there. Put the camera in it.
There you go.
Yep. That's an aluminum planetary.
Okay.
So you can get the billet front planetary and a rollerized rear planetary, and that'd be a good upgrade for you.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that on the phone when I call. And,
okay.
Get that all straightened out. And the car's on jack stands, and it's getting cold, so we got to be quick.
Is the car in the garage with you?
No, it's outside.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but.
Yeah, if you want, take your camera guy outside, pop the hood, and show him your motor.
I have to take it
There's
off
the car. All right, can you see the car?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's a 65 two-door post car.
Nice.
and it's just dark out there, so you really can't see.
Yeah,
But
and it's got a cross ram on it, right?
yeah, it's got a cross ram with two 800s on it. Yep,
Okay.
and it takes every bit of it.
Yeah.
Not kidding. So yeah, but all right, John. Well, thanks for your time, and
Well, you're very welcome.
I appreciate your help. I called you a long time ago about this, but I kind of just put it on the back burner, and it's time to
Yep.
get a good tranny in this, and you guys are the best. So
Yep. Go ahead and get that valve buddy to me right away, and I'll knock that out in about 2 days for you.
okay, I appreciate it. Call
And
you
I
on.
will
Go ahead.
talk to you on Tuesday, Stan.
Okay, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll talk to you then.
Thank you, my friend.
All right, brother. Bye.
Good day. All right. So I helped out another customer kind of. I mean, I'm thinking he probably would have saw that, but he wanted a little reinsurance to kind of help what was going on. So I don't mind helping out customers that way. I I hope I don't get a whole bunch uh, of these requests. I mean, I kind of like doing it. I've always wanted to. I always liked, helping people. And it's a good way to give, you know, um, good customer service and everything. And I'm all for that, but I'm still a one man band. So, I might, we'll have to see. So, the rally's over. And what was that number again, Blondie? 75,000 people at Madison Square Garden. Man, that was massive. Well, thank you, Buff. Who else is in here? The James guys. Jeff at Two Hacks. The Mopar Nut 62. Blake Norman. You're not related to the Normans in Lowell, are you? Yeah. That would be Jake's dad, or no? No, I don't know his dad's name. So I guess I'm done. Even though the shop's closed, I'm doing work. So I think I'm gonna, unless anybody's got any questions, website dreaming. Well, don't dream, Brian. Spend some money on it. So, hey, there's Nicholas. You guys remember him? All right, well, I think I'm done. I'm not one for doing lives anywho. So, until the next time, Mopar to you. Have a good night, guys.